Hi, this is Memnock from the Norwegian band Susperia, and you are listening to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on the Metal Messiah Radio International.
Hi, Memnock. It's a great pleasure to have you here on the Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
You're always welcome. The origins of Susperia can be traced back to 1998, when Tjodalv, then occupying the drum seat with Dimmu Borgir, and a longtime friend Cyrus, ex-Satyricon, and Old Man's Child got together to share ideas and write songs. Clearly rooted and seasoned in the Norwegian black metal scene, Susperia elevated its sound into more melodic areas of extreme metal, embracing and exploring a variety of musical avenues with ease. Memnock, we know you have and still are busy with different bands at the time, but tell us about the time you spent in Old Man's Child and your introduction to Susperia.
Okay, well, back then in 98 I met Tjodalv. We were talking about music, and I actually also played in Borknagar, and we were talking about music, and he was like, okay, we need a bass player for the new Old Man's Child album. And I was like, sure, if you want me to do it, I can do it. And he was like, let's try. And I went to a rehearsal, and me and Tjodalv and Galde met up, and also the other guitar player from Old Man's Child, the old guitar player.
Jardar is the guitarist?
Yeah, the guy, yeah, of course, I forgot his name. Been drinking too much alcohol today, I guess. No, I'm joking. And we met up at the rehearsal, and we just started practicing. And they taught me all the songs. That was back in 98-ish. And we just, played and rehearsed for like 4 or 5 times. And they were like, okay, now we're going to Abyss Studios. And I was like, whoa, hey, wait, guys, am I ready for this? And I was like, sure. You're ready, no problem. And we went, that was just hilarious. And we went to Abyss Studio, and we started recording the album. First, Tjodalv did his drums, and they just, okay, now it's your turn. And I started recording my bass, and it was just fantastic. And the album, Revelation 666, it's a fantastic album.
Yeah, The Curse of Damnation.
Yeah.
That was a great album, let me tell you one thing.
Yeah, it's a bit lag here because of my line is not too good. But anyway, the rest is history. Well, back then, I also don't know if a lot of people know this, but in 97 I also played for 5 minutes, to put it that way, bass for Emperor. And I think that is the way I got into black metal more and more. They introduced me to, Tjodalv and, Old Man's Child and everything. So then that's how it happened. So, yeah. As I said, the rest is history, so you find it on the internet if you're interested.
But how did you decided or got introduced to Susperia?
Because of our previous singer, Althera, he was a drum tech for Hellhammer, and Hellhammer also needed, for some reason, they brought Tjodalv. And they went to Wacken, and then Althera and Tjodalv got to know each other, because Althera was a drum tech, Tjodalv was a drummer, and they start talking about drums, and they start talking about bands. And Tjodalv just said, we need a bass player and a guitar player and a vocalist. And Althera just said, hey, I am a vocalist, and I know a bass player and a guitar player. And he just brought along Elvorn and me, and we started rehearsing, and that's when the demo came about, Illusions of Evil.
So Susperia was born.
Yeah, that's true. That's pure coincidence that we got to meet each other and start the band, so it's fantastic.
Memnock, would you like to present us the current lineup, and what was it for the band to part ways with longtime singer Atira?
Okay, current lineup now is Tjodalv, drums, Cyrus guitar, Elvorn guitar, Memnock bass, and Dagon on vocals. To be quite frank and honest, Althera is a long-time friend of mine. I've known him since I was like 17 years old. And bear in mind, I'm getting old now, I'm 44. So I've known him for, my whole life. And when he decided that he didn't want to do Susperia anymore, that was a very sad moment for everyone. But we had to respect his choice in life, and we had to, give him the opportunity to do whatever he wanted. Quite frankly, I think he was disillusioned by the band because he felt nothing happened, and he didn't, have the inspiration to write lyrics anymore for Susperia, and it was a hard time for him. So when he decided to leave the band, we were all quite, fine with that, but as a friend, we still hang around, we still want him, he still comes to the studio to check us out. He still comes to our concerts. He still, do some guest appearance when we do some small, festivals and stuff. But I think he's quite happy with, he's done lots of Borgir gigs, and he did lots of gigs with Scrum Division. So I think he's happy where he is in his life right now. But as for Susperia, I think that the new singer for Susperia is the best choice we could do. I mean, because I think he's new. He brought a new energy and a new kind of vibe to the band, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Does it? Yeah, it makes sense, because the new vocal is sometimes he actually sounds like a Thera, if you know what I mean, and sometimes it's just his own. And he does the green vocal very good, he does the clean vocal very good, so I think that the new vocals can bring Susperia to a new level, if you know what I mean about that, and hopefully we will explore the world. Maybe, we'll see.
Memnock, is Tira still singing, for other bands?
He has some projects, as far as I know, which they do a few cover songs. Now I think he's just in between bands, to be honest.
Okay, going back some years ago, the band has released different albums like Predominance in 2001, Vindication 2002, Unlimited in 2004, Cut from Stone 2007, and in support of all these great releases, the band has consistently remained focused on the live arena, with numerous high-profile support to the bands, including WASP, In Flames, Destruction, Testament, Dimmu Borgir, and many, many more, as well as headlining great festivals, appearance to different festivals, summer festivals. Memnock, did you and the band had a lot of fun tour all these festivals and shows, and what had all these great releases from the debut album Predominance up to Cut from Stone meant for the band?
Well, touring and doing festivals, Susperia is a live band. We love doing live shows because we love getting out there, see the crowds, get the energy from the crowds, get the fans to sign autographs and meet them and talk to them and everything. So we really love doing live shows. And when we released, Predominance, we were quite young back then, and we were just pushed out in, the big arena where we, as you said, we're playing with Dimmu Borgir and In Flames, and we're playing for everything from 5,000 to 1,000 people every single day. And we were like, whoa, this is so fantastic.
I'm sure.
This is what we want to do with our lives, and basically, this is fantastic live. We want to do all the live shows we can, possibly. But then again, reality comes in and checks you out and says, okay, you need to earn money on what you're doing. And it's as you know, it's a rough business. After we released Predominance, the whole industry was in despair because people started to download music instead of buying albums and stuff. And the whole industry didn't cope with the downloading thing, and things started to happen for the industry and the bands, and they were like, okay, you can't earn money, we can't send you on tour, you need to this and do that and do this and blah, blah, blah. So now, eventually, in 2018, the industry has, managed to see that, okay, we need to do this to earn money, we need to send the band on tour, we need to have, merch deals and everything. So I think, finally, Susperia is going to go on a massive tour worldwide, because this is what we love. I mean, studio is a necessity. You need to go to the studio to record your album, but we are live musicians. We love doing studios also, but live is what we're all about. And I think you can see it on the energy of the band when we're on stage. We're always smiling to each other. We're always, feeding the audience energy.
Retribution's in the night.
even though there was really, difficult moments, difficult times back then, especially for the bands releasing their album to get their album sales. But what have all these great materials, all these great albums meant for you all? I mean, I'm talking about people know the band, or for those who don't know the band, go back and listen to this album. Okay, Josh had this, at least these 4 albums I'm talking about. What can you tell us about this album?
Okay. Predominance was really experimental album because we had a little bit of everything in it. The mixture between the black thrash death thing. And to us, when we released that album, it was just like, okay, let's try to do something new. And to be honest, I think we did. Well, to everybody else, they might say, nah, that was something we heard before, but to us, that was something new, because the mixture between the melodic thing, the thrash metal thing, and the black metal thing, back in 2000, that was something we hadn't heard before. So I think that opened up a few doors for us in regarding getting festivals, doing tours, doing, a lot of cool stuff. That is why kind of we're back to our roots on this new album anyway. The second album was also kind of experimental to us, because then all of a sudden we went away from the extreme. We had only a few songs with blast beats. All the other songs were more into, thrash-ish, death-ish metal. So really, I think the 2 first albums were the ones who defined where we were going to go with our music. But I have to mention the third album, because Unlimited was the one that was on the top 40 in the US for 2 months, and brought us into top 20 in the music industry in Norway, and we got played every single where in the entire world. So yeah,
very good, man. Fantastic.
Yeah, yes.
One album that I really like, and I played it a lot on the radio, that was this 2007 Cut from Stone as well.
Yeah, it's a good album. It's a very good album, actually. It seems like that has become the forgotten album for some people, because Cut from Stone is like the album that everybody knows about, but nobody plays. So I'm very happy to hear that you like it. It's a fantastic album, and I just heard now we were discussing on the last rehearsal we're going to play actually live the Cut from Stone song, and also a few other songs from the Cut from Stone album. So we have now, I think, 25 songs which we're going to play live. It's going to be from all of the Susperia area. The
Very
first,
good.
the second, and the last album. So yeah.
But you had the luck, should I say the luck, to start first album release in 2001 and hit hard with a record label like Nuclear Blast, to release your first 2 albums.
Well, that was fantastic to be able to, be on what was back then the world's biggest metal label. They still are. I love Nuclear Blast for what they can do for a band. But if you're not the biggest band on a big label, you tend to just become a small band on a big label, which is not good, because then they forget to promote you as a big band. And like the new record label we got now, Agonia Records, they are promoting us as we are the biggest band on their label.
Okay.
And that will make us bigger, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. Okay, talking about these albums, I cannot forget the album the band has released its 5th album on May 2009, titled Attitude, and released via Candlelight Records, with great songs like The Urge, Attitude, Sick Bastard, Character Flaw, and 5 more great tunes. I want you to share with us how was the release of this album for the band career, and are you happy with what you have accomplished with?
Well, absolutely. I'm happy with that album, and I still remember back in 2008, I was standing in my mother-in-law's living room. That was December 2008. My first listen to the finished mix, and I was just thinking, this is it, guys. This is going to make us great, because it's such a great album. And if you listen to the starter song Urge, it kicks in a way that you just want to, whoa, I just want to headbang, if you know what I mean. And also the other songs you mentioned, they're so headbanging songs, and they're so strong songs. Even Candlelight said that this album is so great that they told their promoter, if you, excuse my English, F up this, I'm gonna sack you. You better promote this album the best you can. And we got email from Nuclear Blast, this is true, and they said, who in the world let this band go from our label? That was Nuclear Blast.
No,
heard,
that's true.
We were like, whoa, that's fantastic.
Wow, I mean,
it was a fantastic album.
Wow, I'm so glad that these people realize that they have done a big mistake.
Sure. That's fantastic.
Okay. Memnock, the lyricist, will arrive nearly 9 years to the day its predecessor, Attitude, was released. On the lyricist, Susperia has gone back to its black origin in many ways, one of which is more a grimmer expression. The characteristic melodic twist the band is known for is still present, and an additional layer of virality has been added thanks to the new vocalist Brand Dagon, whose stage debut with the band was made at 2016 70 Tons of Metal Festival. How has the debut of Dagon been for the band back in 2016, and what could you tell us about the band's trip on board of the evil cruise ship 70 Tons of Metal?
Well, the evil cruise of 70,000 tons of metal was just... I would go back in a heartbeat. It's the best vacation, put it that way, I've ever had. I mean, we were drunk from day one, and we played 2 concerts, and I got to see my favorite bands. I got to meet my favorite bands, and Dagon was just... He was just walking around being starstruck. He was like, whoa, isn't that the singer from, this band and this band? And he was doing, we were doing a karaoke bar, because it's a big, fantastic karaoke bar. And he's a fantastic singer when it comes to bands like, Halloween and all of those. And he did some old vocals from some old band. And what he didn't know was that the singer from Gamma Ray was sitting in the audience watching him. And he came up to him and was like, you're doing a fantastic. And he was like, whoa, it's really you. The tour was just, the boat was just fantastic. I got to meet my favorite all-time band, Madame Bride. And they were fantastic. I got, a picture, talked to them, and I was like, whoa, I love this band since I bought my first Madame Bride album at Helvete in Oslo, where Øystein Aarseth and all the thing started to happen, if you know the history of the black metal. That is the old shop of Øystein Aarseth, all those guys, yeah. I bought my first album there, and I was like in 1991, and I finally got to meet the guys, and they were so nice, and we got to play concerts, as I said, and it's just fantastic. I mean, if you got the chance, you should go. If you get the chance, you should go on that boat, because it's just wow.
True, it's a very great trip. I mean, 4 days that you get to see all these great metal bands, all these crazy fucker metalhead. You all together, stuck there on the ship. I mean, there's no way you can go.
That's exactly the point, and that's one of the criteria is that you don't, as a band, you have to meet the audience. So I met Cradle of Filth. I play in a band with the synth player of Cradle, Lindsay. we didn't know back then, but I met her now the other day, and we were like, wow, I met you on the boat. She was like, yeah, sure. So you meet all the bands because they're all out in the crowd all the time because they can't hide in their rooms all day. So you get to, to hang around with all their favorite bands. So as I said, if you get the chance, you should really go. It's a fantastic, it's not like the festivals where you got, the press area, you got the band area, you got crowd area. Everybody's together as a big family. So it's fantastic.
what have the recruit Dagon means for the band, Memnock?
Good question. Yeah, it's a good question.
Thank you.
We don't know yet. I hope that, okay, how to put it, not to insult anybody, but I hope that he will be Susperia's Bruce Dickinson, if you know what I mean. When they recruited Bruce Dickinson, the band just got massive. I hope Dagon will just, help Susperia get to another level. Not because I think Athera has a fantastic voice, he's a fantastic singer, but Dagon is even better. He's even more trained, he's even more into everything we're doing. So I hope that he will take Susperia to a higher level than we used to be. But we never know.
Okay, the lyrics will be released on March 16, 2018 via Agonia Records. Memnock, especially for all the fans out there, new and old, could you please present to us the new album?
The first song I entered is actually about a guy who enters the arena of MMA. And it's all about not giving up. It's all about, being there and knowing, okay, I'm getting crushed, but I don't want to give up. I'm going to give my best. And if you put that in life in general, I think that's a good thing, because you should always fight for what's right and never give up if somebody tries to, put you down. So Dagon is a very smart guy when he writes lyrics, because he can make them have several meanings, if you know what I mean. Heretic, the second song on the album, is about, basically it says it all by itself, but it's about not letting religion or people telling you what to believe in life. And if they tell you that if you don't believe in my God, you're a heretic, or you're less of a person, less of a man. This lyrics about don't let them tell you and dictate you what to believe in life. The lyricist is the third song is a very a tricky one, because we know that when we asked Dagon to do vocals for us, he was like, no, I don't think I'm good enough. We're like, sure you are. Just try. And if you listen closely to the lyrics, you can, tell by what he's saying that he's like, you think I'm so good, you think I'm better than the other one, but in truth, I'm no better than anybody, and you shouldn't let you trick yourself by thinking that I'm so much better than blah blah blah. So it's lyric. The fourth one, My Darkest Moments. For what I know, it's about a guy who is real depressed, who drags in his whole family into it, and eventually they all die. That's the short version of it. So it's really dark lyric. The Day I Died, it's just about giving up, letting go, but it's not literally, it's more giving up within yourself, not wanting to fight anymore for things that happens in your life. It's a tough one. The sixth one, Void, he never told me what it's all about, so really, you should ask him. It's hard to know. It's a tough one. I mean, Feed the Fire, it's just about give me energy. Feed me, all the negativity, and the flame will burn high. Typically, Dagon lyric, feed me your energy and I will make you burn kind of lyric. Whore of Man, I love it, because it's all about being a prostitute or a man, getting a lot of girls, prostituting himself, and eventually asking for money.
I think that's the best job.
yeah. I mean, and especially now, that's when we got the Me Too campaign. That lyric we should be careful. Watch it, and then you got Come Alive. I think that speaks for itself. It's a good ending of the album. I Come Alive is like giving you everything back, feeding off, the positivity of everything. For once, he's a bit positive in his lyrics, but again, it's hard to know because he got so much philosophical thoughts around his lyrics. So the next time I meet him, I will ask him about that one. But so hope that explains something about the lyrics.
This album, the lyricists may be much more heavier and I believe more blackish and with various vocal style than the previous album. What was the writing process been, and how long has this taken to finish all the 9 songs that appears on this new album?
The album was actually done in less than 6 months, but then again we started recording it, we were done recording it, and we were waiting for Athera back then to do his vocals, and nothing happened. So the writing process was, we went to my cabin in the woods in the middle of Norway, and we recorded it like in a few weeks, and then we were all done actually. So it was a fast process, to put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, the album was recorded at different studios in Norway and mixed and mastered at Strand Studio, who also work with Krum's division, The Ranch, and In Vain to Say Some by Marius Strand. Please explain how had all this work gone and where exactly the album being recorded and the band's work done. One more time with Marius Strand.
Well, to work with Marius is actually very, very easy because he's so professional. And the reason why we decided to mix the whole album at his place was because, as I said, he's easygoing, very professional. He can just, he knows exactly what we want, sound-wise and everything. To save money, we recorded the guitars at Cyrus Studio and the drums at Susperia Studio, which Tjodalv did all by himself. He sat in the studio, pressed record, and set up all the microphones and recorded all the drums. And my bass was recorded at Cyrus Studio, and all the vocals was done at Strand Studio, because Strand Studio, Marius is known to have very good vocal production also. As I said, it was really easy going, it was fast done. Dagon actually did all the vocals he started on Friday and was done by Monday. So it was a very fast for him to do it, because of Strand is very professional, so it was a good one, yeah.
Okay, I know you just said that recording at Marius, was so good that you decided to mix and master with him, but what about Fredman Studio and to run audio studio? Why haven't you decided to go back there?
Well, it's because of logistics, because Marius lives like, half an hour from the band, and the studio in Sweden is like 8 hours drive, and then we have to have hotels and everything, and it would just be so much more expensive. So that's basically why.
Okay, and you don't want to fly to the UK.
Exactly.
Okay. The album will be available on different formats like Digipack, CD, Black LP, Black and Blue on a transparent LP, and digitally. Will there also be any other type of merchandise made be available for this new album? The lyricist, Memnock?
Absolutely. We will start printing a lot of different merch, and we will also try to get all the back catalog from Predominance up to this album in vinyl, in black and blue vinyl, and also merch for all the different albums we recorded. So it will be merch for every region of the band. So what that we have done for the last 18 years actually.
But new t-shirts specially for the new album, and for each songs that has been released already?
I think that's the plan, yeah, that there will be for new t-shirts, hoodies and everything for each album, each song on the new album, and each single. So yeah, there will be a lot of new merch.
The album's first single, I Enter, is it's available in the form of a lyric video designed by Konstantin Cherno,
true.
Who also worked with Eddie Gage, Paradise Lost, Alchemy, Necrophobic. Memnock, we know the band released more videos in support of the lyricist. Please tell us more about this video.
The video was made only, if you're thinking about the video made by this guy, we just sent him the song and basically gave him, do whatever you think is cool to do, and he did, and it turned out fantastic. The video that is the band performing, we did ourselves with help from some camera guys, and we worked for like 16 hours to get it done, so it's not much to tell, basically. Yeah.
But which videos have you released so far?
So far, it's a video from the lyricist, it's a video from My Darkest Moments. Those two videos are the ones we have released on YouTube and all the other social medias.
And planning to release more video, or busy doing it?
No, right now, no. I don't think there will be any more videos right now, no.
Okay, the band always put out great cover artwork for all the band's previous album. This time with a lyricist is not the exception. Cover design and artwork was prepared by Vincent Fouget. Into what has Vincent Fouget inspired himself to create this artwork, and has the cover artwork for the last album Attitude also been done by him?
The last album is done by a new guy. From the top of my head, I can't remember his name right now, but he's done a fantastic job. We paid him quite a lot of money, and he worked on the album for half a year to make the artwork the way we wanted it. The guy who did all our artwork is called Tjodalv. So he's not doing Susperia artwork anymore. That's okay. So it's a total new guy who does this album. The artwork and everything.
But in what has Vincent inspired himself to create the artwork?
It's a good question. I'm not quite sure. I think he just listened to the music and he got the idea. And Tjodalv has done a lot with them. He's been talking to him, every single day for months and months to, end up with this fantastic new cover art. So I think he's just been inspired by listening to our music, to be honest.
When I see the album artwork, this like evil priest faceless with his book in his hand. It's like coming for you. That's great.
It looks kind of like my other band, Abyssic. My Doom band, we also wear like these robes and everything. So looks like that. It's the same kind of artwork actually.
Susperia has worked with great record label as Nuclear Blast, Taboo Recording, Candlelight for the last albums. For this new album, the band joined Agonia Record. How do you feel to have joined this record label in substitute of Candlelight Records?
Agonia Records, I think it's the perfect record for Susperia, record label for Susperia, because they promote us big time. They release singles. They do everything that, in my term, is the right thing to do. They also give us a lot of interviews. They, promote the bands. They, do everything that, in terms, what a band needs to be done. And they'll pay studios for us. They, do what, it's kind of an old school contract, record label contract, because they do what the bands need, if you know what I mean. And we are really, really happy with that new label, to be honest. Hopefully we will get to work with them for a lot of albums in the future.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to all the people from Agonia Record. I want to say hi to Bartek as well, to have worked with me in order to get you guys an interview. I'm busy with him now with the Monicol as well. I want to say hi to Bartek and thank him very much for this great support. Since the fans has waited so long in order to get a new album of Susperia, and they really want to see the band live as well, will there be an album release party, and will the band be at different festivals around Europe in the summer, and are there gonna be a North and South American tour?
Definitely, it's gonna be a lot of touring. We just signed with a new management. which we're very happy with. When it comes to release party, I'm not sure. We haven't heard. We're still discussing the terms around that. Touring, as I said, yes. Festivals, yes. Just stick around and, check it out, and you will see us live soon enough.
You don't want to mention any names yet? Which festivals the band will be playing at?
No, sir, not yet. Nothing is confirmed, so I don't want to do it because it might, mess up the work around that. So no, not yet.
For all the die-hard fans of Susperia in North and South America, what can these guys expect, huh?
A lot of touring.
Are they gonna see you guys live there?
Definitely, yeah.
That's good. Memnock, I want to thank you once again for giving me this great opportunity to interview you for the band's brand new album to be released this coming 16th of March 2018. And, I will hand you over the microphone of Metal Messiah Radio for you to invite all your friends and fans to buy your new album, to the lyricists, and to buy the older albums as well, and to attend your shows wherever they may be.
Okay, all of you guys and girls out there, Susperia will release their album on 16th of March, and after that we will be massive touring South America, North America, all over the world. Hopefully you will check us out and check out our new album, and if I get the chance, I will see you in the crowd and have a beer, and have fun. So see you there, guys.
Memnock, once again, thank you very much, my brother. I hope to see you on tour, on the road. Yes. I'll be around in Europe, dwelling around Europe, try to catch the greatest shows, the greatest festivals. I hope we can meet so I can see you guys performing this great new album live, and to meet with the band and to sit down, have a couple beers with you.
Absolutely. If we're playing at some festivals, just hook me up on Facebook or whatever. Let me know you're there and put me on the guest list, and we'll meet up and have a few drinks backstage.
Like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye.
Yes, okay, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. See ya. Hi, this is Memnock from the Norwegian band Susperia, and I like to congratulate the Metal Messiah Radio with its 10th anniversary.